Hello everybody and welcome back. I am Lucky, this is Lucky Shepherd, and we are trying to find Venezia so we can have that lovely family reunion we've all been waiting for. She should be in the one place we haven't been yet. But we will definitely find out shortly. Is it this one? Oh, it's this one, okay.
You do not know the privilege of being a mother. There is power in creation. To shape a life, turn it toward happiness or despair.
Shit.
Her children were to be ours, raised to hunt and slay Saren's enemies. I won't be moved by sympathy, no matter who you bring into this confrontation.
It's not why she's here.
Liara's here because she wants to be, not because I asked her to.
Indeed. What have you told him about me, Liara?
What could I say, Mother? That you're insane? Evil? Should I explain how to kill you? What could I say?
Have you faced an Asari commando unit before? Few humans have.
But your daughter.
I can't believe you'd kill your own daughter.
I now realize I should have been stricter with her.
Oh, electric hair. Nice. Okay. Lift it up. Give it one of these. Boom! Scratch one grub. Can you target that? Of course not. Oh, nice. Howdy. Nice. Okay. Rex. Just run over there. Run over there. I'm going this way to Sony. Let's do this.
I've lost shields.
I don't care about my shields. I care about my shields. Game.
I've lost shields.
Got it. Jeez Louise. Trying to make it difficult. We're gonna go run back to the other side. Should be more bad people. Okay. Really? I just... On the commando, please. Got him! Look at those titties!
Now it gets fun.
Holy shit! You do the same thing. You do one of those. And we both missed. Alright. Oh, fuck me in the ass. No. Jesus Christ. You know what? I'm gonna send them both. Boost my shields. I think I'm at a place where I can hide. Both of you, get in there. Now. Oh, shit! Nobody they're just gonna sit here? I guess they are snipers. Okay, we have cover that's not floating around. Liara didn't make it. Follow me, Rex. I've got a plan. Huzzah! Holy shit, bonkers. Cover. Oh, snipers are scary. Send in the big man. Let me follow him. Go. Do not shoot those canisters. Whatever you do not shoot the canisters. Game.
This is not over. Saren is unstoppable. My mind is filled with his light. Everything is clear.
What is he planning then? In that light?
Start talking, Venezia. What's Saren's next move?
Or be blunt about it.
I will not betray him. You will. You must listen. Saren still whispers in my mind. I can fight his compulsions briefly, but the indoctrination is strong.
How do I know you're not just trolling to play on daughter-mother sympathies?
Why are you able to break free of his control now?
I sealed a part of my mind away from the indoctrination, saving it for a moment when I could help destroy him. It will not last long.
It's the power of the cleavage right there. Tell me about that
Are
indoctrination.
you saying he brainwashed you?
People are not themselves around Saren. You come to idolize him, worship him. You would do anything for him. The key is Sovereign, his flagship. It is a dreadnought of incredible size, and its power is extraordinary.
It's the thing we saw on Eden
The
Prime.
ship that attacked Eden Prime? I didn't think anything that size could land on a planet.
It has a very powerful Mass Effect drive, but that is not Sovereign's true power. The longer you stay aboard, the more Saren's will seems correct. You sit at his feet and smile as his words pour into you. It is
Wear
subtle
lower
at
cut
first.
shirts.
I thought I was strong enough to resist. Instead, I became a willing tool, eager to serve. He sent me
Cleavage
here to
became
find the
too much.
location of the Mu relay.
Too strong.
Its position was lost thousands of years ago.
How do you lose a
How
relay?
does something that big go missing?
4,000 years ago, a star nearby went supernova. The shockwave propelled the relay out of its system, but did not damage it. Its precise
Well-
vector and speed are impossible to determine. As millennia passed, the nebula created by the nova enveloped the relay.
Hold
It
your
is difficult
horses.
to find any cold object in interstellar space, particularly something swathed in hot dust and radiation.
If you can't find it, how do you know it wasn't damaged? And I feel like scientists, some math wizard today would have been able to calculate the trajectory of a star exploding that... I'm not buying it.
Can I assume you found the coordinates?
2,000 years ago, the Rachni inhabited that region of our galaxy. They discovered the relay. The Rachni can share memories across generations. Queens inherit the knowledge of their mothers. I took the location of the relay from the Queen's mind. I was not gentle.
Oh, you sound like you at least regret.
Still make it right. Give me the information.
I was
There's
not
some
myself.
conscience in there.
I should have been stronger.
That's fucking right.
I
about your
transcribed
daughter?
the data to an OSD. Take it, please.
Knowing the relay's coordinates is not enough. Do you know where he planned to go from there?
Saren wouldn't tell me his destination. But you must find out quickly. I transmitted the coordinates to him before you arrived. You have to stop me. I can't. His teeth are at my ear. Fingers on my spine. You should. Oh, you should.
Mother! Don't leave! Fight him!
You've always made me proud, Liara.
Aw.
Die.
Well, that was dramatic. Okie day. Round 2. We're gonna get some of these. I want you to stand right in front of her. You get rid of her shields. Whew. Team 1, 2, 3, go!
Powering up.
What happened to the lift? The lift? That's how you take down the matriarch. Okay, team. Follow me. To Sony on me. We're gonna boost our shields. Adrenaline. We're gonna fuck her day up. I missed! Can't throw her because those are shields, the biotic barrier. Probably don't need to waste a throw, just another shot. There we go.
I've lost shields!
I've lost shields. That Asari is wrecking my face. Scoped and dropped. My man. Shit. Okay. Rex, get in there. To Sony. Can you lift it? Can be lifted. I couldn't look up.
I cannot go on. You will have to stop him, Shepard.
Maybe we can do something.
Hold on. We've got netted, y'all. Maybe we can...
No. He is still in my mind. I am not entirely myself. I never will be again.
It's better than being nobody,
Mother.
isn't it?
Good night, little wing. I will see you again with the dawn. No light. They always said there would be a...
Tad dramatic. But all things considered, that's a pretty serious thing to go through. And apparently... we want to look at a giant bug arachnite creature. And of course, we're not done. It's right behind you, Shepard. Lucky. It's okay. It's right behind you. Don't tell me it's right behind me. Yes.
This one serves as our voice. We cannot sing. Not in these low spaces. Your musics are colorless.
So...
Who am I speaking to here?
We are the mother. We sing for those left behind. The children you thought silenced. We are Rachni.
So you're controlling the Asari to talk to us. But you use the word sing.
How are you speaking through her?
Our kind sing through touchings of thought. We pluck the strings, and the other understands. She is weak to urging. She has colors we have no names for. But she is ending. Her music is bittersweet. It is beautiful. You are not in
Beautiful and
harmony
colorless, apparently.
with those who hoped to control us.
True.
What will you sing? Will you release us? Are we to fade away once more.
There are acid tanks rigged up on that thing. Set them off. Millions of my ancestors died to put these things down. Don't let them come back.
They made a mistake. They let to atone. She has done nothing to us.
Your companions hear the truth. You have the power to free us, or return our people to the silence of memory.
Basically, I've got my devil and an angel on my shoulder here.
If I let you live, would you attack other races again?
No, I do not know what happened in the war. We only heard discordance, songs the color of oily shadows. We would seek a hidden place to teach our children harmony. If they understand, perhaps we would return.
Maybe you shouldn't. What about the ones that kind of blew up?
You could have calmed them if I hadn't set off the purge?
No, our minds are not as yours. We can only learn to sing in harmony. Without a mother, children are lost to silence. You should not sing of them in gray and violet. We would have stilled them ourselves.
Okay. It's a bit harsh, but I guess it makes sense. Without the guidance, telepathy, sing talk, they didn't develop. And since these things spawn ridiculously fast.
Are you a survivor from the war? A clone?
We do not know. We were only an egg, hearing Mother cry in our dreams. A tone from space hushed one voice after another. It forced the singers to resonate with its own sour yellow note. Then we awoke in this place, the last echo of those who came out from the singing planet. The sky is silent.
So they might be the last of the Rachni. But I thought memories were passed down from mothers to eggs or whatever. Suspicious. But who am I to decide the fate of an entire species over something their predecessors did? But I guess at the same time, history does repeat itself. If we don't learn from our mistakes. Damn.
I won't destroy your entire race. You'll go free.
Are you stupid? Your people didn't fight these bastards, so maybe you don't get it.
I made a goddamn decision, Rex.
Are we any better if we kill them all?
Do what you want. My people will clean up this mess later, just like we did for the Solarians.
You will give us the chance to compose anew? We will remember. We will sing of your forgiveness to our children.
Great. Bugs are writing songs about you. Mark my words.
It's
you'll
how they
regret this.
talk, you shithead. I'm not gonna condemn the last of a race to what their predecessors did. That's what I'm going with. You need to shut your face there, Bumblebee Tuna. And why didn't you say anything, Liara? Decryption skill too low. Oh man, that was intense to say the least. Well, I looked at the map and thought there would be an elevator there. Clearly I'm not paying attention. How many doors do they have to have there? Seems a bit unnecessary, don't you think? You could have like one door at the top and bottom of the stairs, maybe? For like a stairwell? But don't all those extra doors seem a bit unnecessary? Anyways, sideways elevator, here we go. Well, I imagine that she would say something like, "What's your next move, Commander? Head for the Mu Relay?" I don't think we should go there yet.
The Mu Relay could link to dozens of systems. Unless we know exactly where Saren's going, we'd just be wasting our time.
The commander is right. We cannot rush off blind. We still need to learn more about Saren.
Who put you in charge? Did the commander resign when I wasn't looking?
Excuse fucking me, Williams.
I won't be a puppet for the Asari. I give the orders around here. Understood?
Forgive me, Commander. I
Oh,
was only
shit.
trying to help.
I was trying to yell at Williams. No!
This is a tough mission. We're all on edge. Everyone go get some rest. Crew, dismissed.
Novaria report is away, Commander. You want me to patch it through to the Council?
I didn't want to yell at Liara. I wanted to yell at Williams.
Patch him through, Joker.
Setting up the link now, Commander.
Is this report accurate, Commander? You found Rachni?
And then release the Queen. Do you have any idea what you've done? How many generations until they overrun the galaxy?
It's not my choice. I shouldn't be the one to condemn an entire...
All I care about is stopping Saren. The Rachni don't matter.
That's not true.
The mission must always come first. Just be aware that your actions can have far-reaching consequences.
We'll be waiting for your next report, Commander.
I guess that conversation went a little better than I was expecting. I didn't think most of the council would be just so nonchalant about me releasing Rachni. I think the Turian was rightfully upset about it, to be honest. Alright, let's chat it up with some homies. Like Caden, who's just standing there menacingly, wiping the sweat off his brow as usual in his orange light.
Anything you need, Commander?
We're gonna start with tactical
What's your
appraisal.
opinion on the last mission?
Killing Saren's, what was Benezi anyway? Second in command? Advisor? Anyway, it should set him back a bit. I'm sure Dr. Tassoni's hurting though. Poor kid. Having to kill her own mom.
That would be really hard.
Any opinion on the Rachni?
Off the record, if we had the option, I'd as soon have left it to the Council. We weren't out here during the Rachni War. I'm not sure we have any business getting involved.
At the same time, we kind of were directly involved without our choice. Because we're chasing Saren, and that was all connected to Saren. What could we have done? I guess we could have done nothing and called the council, maybe. But at the same time, it's Novaria. They sort of are able to get away and do with whatever they want. I don't know if that's in council space.
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
Well, they know about the stonewalling you've had from the Council.
Good.
They deserve to know what we're up against.
They're on your side. They're pissed about the resistance we're getting, especially from our side. I'll have a better handle on all of it head stops hurting. Another L2 flare up.
Ooh. I get migraines, and I recently had what is called an ocular migraine, which was new for me, so I understand headaches.
Anything I can do?
No, Commander, it'll settle down. It's rough sometimes, but they spike higher than a lot of L3s. Except for you, of course. Besides, I fared a lot better than some after Kinetics was through.
You mad about that?
You distrust them that much?
You know the records about the biotic training out on Jump Zero? They're all classified. Because the Alliance made mistakes.
Not surprised.
After first contact, Kinetics was set up to track Element Zero exposures and develop implants for humans. Once we had an embassy on the Citadel, Kinetics could bring in experts instead of taking it slow.
Why did we need experts?
Is there some reason we couldn't learn it on our own?
They didn't know where to start. Hell, it took a couple of years to even link biotics and EZO. Forget trying to get the kids to move stuff. They had trouble just helping them not break their own limbs.
Jeez.
And their choice of teachers didn't help much.
Doesn't surprise me.
The only experts would have to be aliens.
Dead on. Turians, actually. That's why Kinetics kept it a secret.
Really?
They were afraid of what people back home would think, asking the Turians for help when we just fought a war with them.
Like what? You could have definitely asked the Asari, right?
The Asari would have been more acceptable than the Turians.
Yes, but the company didn't go through the Citadel. It would have made Earth look weak, so they discreetly hired some Turian mercenaries.
So we do something stupid instead. I'm guessing your teacher sucked from what you were saying.
Get your knuckles rapped a few times, Lieutenant?
Yeah, you could say that. Our instructor was a Turian by the name of Commander Vernus. A real hard-ass. He basically had a free pass to break us if it would turn out a decent biotic. Kind of spiraled from there, Commander.
Doesn't surprise me.
Did he ever face charges for that?
He got his, yeah. But like everything else at Jump Zero, it was under the table. The less said, the better. Anyway, this is ancient stuff. I walked it off a long time ago. I should get back to my duties, Commander. We're here to make history, not rehash it.
Yeah, but you look to the past so we can understand mistakes and not make them in the future. You can't just ignore the past either, Caden. I understand wanting to move on, but really? 3 sniper rifles? Yeah. Garrus is gonna be happy, but I'm not. I've had just about enough of your disingenuous assertions. How's it going?
If you are here to talk about Benezia's death, you need not bother. She brought it upon herself.
You mean your mom you just helped kill?
Don't pretend it doesn't bother you. She was your mother.
She was. But she was not. I prefer to remember Benezia as she used to be, before she was corrupted by Sovereign's power.
I guess Saren was part of it, but like, you have the choice. But then I guess she was indoctrinated or whatever, so maybe she didn't have the choice, but she knew it was coming on because she set some of her mind aside. So like, why then didn't she like get out of there? She's super powerful biotic.
The best of your mother lives on in you. Her determination, her intelligence, her strength.
That is kind of you to say. I appreciate your concern, but I am fine. Benezia chose her path, just as I have chosen mine. I am with you until the end, Shepard.
Oh, very... Well, I like that. I didn't know you were so on board with everything.
Maybe we could pick up where we left off. You were telling me about your interest in the Protheans.
Actually, I think I was talking about my interest in you, and making a fool of myself in the process. As I said, I am not used to dealing with people, especially humans. I did not really know much about your species when we first met, Shepard. I found it hard to take humanity seriously. Your kind always seemed so rushed and high-strung.
What do you mean by your kind? There, Missy? And it's, part of that's because we live a lot less than you do. A lot shorter lives, you know?
We don't have the luxury of time. An Asari can live for 1,000 years. We're lucky if we hit 150.
150?
That is true. At first I thought that was a weakness of your species.
We must have made some advancements.
After spending time with you and your crew, however, I think it may actually be an advantage. You humans are creatures of action. You pursue your goals with an almost indomitable determination. It is an admirable trait, but also an intimidating one.
You're like dancing on the fence of insulting. Careful there, blue lady.
You're scared of us?
Unfortunately, the rest of the galaxy sees humanity as something of a bully. You run over anyone in your path to get what you want. It is up to people like you to change their minds, Shepard.
So why me?
Why me?
There is a reason the Council chose you to become a Spectre. They saw something special in you. The best of what humanity has to offer. I looked into your history. I know what you did during the Blitz. It was a remarkable display of courage and heroism.
I mean, you could've just asked me.
You didn't need to go behind my back. I would have told you whatever you wanted to know.
I apologize, Commander. After our last conversation, I was afraid I would say something stupid again.
No, that was
I wanted to
Williams.
know more about you, to understand what made you into the man you are. There is something compelling about you, Shepard.
Or maybe she meant when we last talked one-on-one. I sort of see it, but like, maybe you're just into the beacon, you know? Because I've touched it.
Are you sure you're interested in me? Or is it my visions of the Protheans?
I admit, your connection to the Protheans had something to do with my initial interest, but it has grown beyond that. You intrigue me, Shepard, but I was not sure if it was appropriate to act on my feelings. I thought there might already be a relationship between you and Chief Williams.
She's been pissing me off lately. You are an alien, but I don't want to say it like that. Like, how would all this business work with different species and all? But I don't want to say it like that. I'm gonna say it anyways.
How could you and I have a relationship? We're not even the same species.
Asari and humans are physiologically compatible in most ways, Commander. Of course, a relationship must involve more than mere physical contact. There must also be an emotional and spiritual connection between us. Our species may be different, but there are many things we could share.
I can see
but
that.
None of this matters if you are already involved in a serious relationship with Chief Williams.
I don't believe I am.
Williams and I are just friends, nothing more.
My mistake, then. I am not as adept at understanding human relationships as I thought. But what about us, Shepard? Is there a mutual attraction, or was I wrong about that too?
Whoa. Asari are blunt.
No, you were right. There is something between us.
I knew it, and I knew you felt it too. But does this not seem rather strange? Why do I feel so close to you?
I mean, we're standing pretty close.
We have only known each other a short time. We are from two different species. We have almost nothing in common. This makes no sense.
What is that one thing? Ooh, curiosity. But I think I'd still rather say it doesn't have to. I feel like that's the suave thing to say there.
These things never make sense. They just happen, and we get swept up in the storm.
You make it sound so chaotic, so dangerous.
That's right, baby.
A little danger makes things exciting.
This is all a bit overwhelming. I am not used to this. You. I need some time.
You started it. It's a lot to handle. I feel ya.
Take all the time you need, Liara. I'll be here.
Thank you, Shepard. Let's just talk about something.
I don't want to bring up her mom again, but here we go.
Do you know why Benezia joined up with Saren?
Benezia was swept up in events beyond her control and lost herself. She fell under the spell of indoctrination and became part of the very thing she wanted to stop. But I will remember and honor how she lived, not how she died. My mother was strong, kind, and beautiful, and now she is gone.
I'm sorry.
Are you going to be okay?
You are kind to ask, Shepard. I do miss her, and I grieve for what happened to her. But I will not let my grief interfere with what we are trying to accomplish.
I should go.
Goodbye, Shepard.
That was a frickin' talk. Howdy, Chakwas. Bye, Chakwas. To another elevator. It's dark in here, even though there's lights down. Haven't seen much of the Vicarian lately. Let's chat, Holmes.
Commander, good to see you.
Been with CSEC a while. Have you seen my...
Well, not as much as you, but yeah, I've seen some interesting things.
Yeah, like what?
I'll bet you have. Anything in particular that stands out?
I remember this Solarian geneticist I was sent to investigate. That case was a bit disturbing.
Ooh, how so?
What happened? Why were you investigating them?
I was tasked with tracking black market trade on the Citadel. Most of it harmless, nothing I needed to pursue. But during the course of my investigation, I noticed an increase in the trade of body parts, organs mostly. We usually get a few of those, but not the numbers I was seeing. We weren't sure if there was a new black market lab or if some freak was harvesting organs from citizens.
Jeez.
You've seen this before on the Citadel?
Every so often, some lab sells unwanted parts through the black market, but they're not as bad as the psychos. I remember this one L-Corps diplomat we caught in my first year on the job. He was hacking people up and selling their organs. Had to stay sharp in a bit of a panic. But this case wasn't that clear-cut. Turns out there was more going on than we first realized.
Like what?
So how did you figure out what was happening?
First, we got a hold of a sample and ran DNA tests. The weird thing was, the match led us to a Turian who was still alive and was very convinced he'd never lost his liver. After a bit of digging, I discovered this Turian worked briefly for Dr. Salion, the geneticist. So I went to his lab hoping to find evidence of cloned organ development, but there was nothing. No Solarian hearts, no Turian livers, not one Krogan testicle.
It's, testicle?
You're kidding, right? Why would anyone want Krogan testicles?
Some Krogan believe that testicle transplants can increase their virility, counteract the effects of the genophage.
That makes sense,
I
I
guess. It
guess.
doesn't work, but that doesn't stop them from buying. They'll pay up to 10,000 credits each. That's 40,000 for a full set.
4. Huh.
Somebody's making a killing out there.
Yeah, but what about the, Salion fella?
What did you do about the geneticist?
I brought in some of his employees for interrogation, to see if I could get them to talk. While I was interviewing one of them, I came across something suspicious.
Ooh.
Good thinking. Blackies are always easier to scare.
Exactly. Though in this case it paid off in a different way. One of my detainees started bleeding profusely during the interview. We offered to patch him up and he got frantic, freaked out. I ordered a full exam to find out what was going on. Our medics found incisions all over his body, some of them fresh.
Jeez.
That was our big break. These people weren't just Dr. Salion's employees. They were test tubes. Walking, living test tubes.
What?
He was growing parts inside these people?
Exactly. He cloned their organs right inside their own bodies. Then he harvested them and sold them off. Most of the victims were poor. He'd pay them each a small percentage of the sales, but only if the organs were good. Sometimes
That's gross.
They don't grow properly, so you just leave it in them. Most of them are a mess, but only on the inside, hidden, so nobody could see it.
Did you ever talk to Salion?
I hope he got what he deserved.
That's the worst part. We never caught him.
What?
Why not? What the hell happened?
He ran, blew his lab, grabbed some of his employees, and headed for the nearest space dock. By the time I found out, his ship was already leaving. He threatened to kill his hostages if we tried to stop him.
They didn't want to hurt the hostages.
But you went after him anyway, right?
I ordered Citadel Defense to shoot him down, but CSEC headquarters countermanded my order. They
Dang.
were worried about the hostages, worried about civilian casualties if the ship was destroyed so close to the Citadel. I told them those hostages were dead anyway. We just used them to make more organs. But they wouldn't listen.
I see.
Well, you can't get them all.
No, but letting him get away like that. All they had to do was disable that ship, stop him from running. Maybe the hostages die, maybe they don't, but at least we stopped the bastard responsible for it all.
I suppose I can see both sides. But what's done is done.
I suppose. Can't waste too much time worrying about it now.
True.
Just wish I could have stopped him. That's all.
Do you have any idea what happened to Dr. Salion?
I sent out feelers from time to time, hoping to find something. I thought I'd found him a while back. He changed ships and changed his name to Dr. Hart. It's kind of a joke, I guess. I told the military, but they weren't convinced it was him. I got the transponder frequency for his new ship, but I just can't get anyone to check it out.
So I'm right here.
I'll check out the coordinates when I get a chance.
I was hoping you'd say that. But Commander, take me with you when you go. If it's Salion, I'm gonna be there when you find him.
You're right, that would kind of be a dick move to go do that and not take Garrus.
What do you want, Shepard?
Why did you become a mercenary?
Lots of reasons.
Such as?
Such as, I needed to get out of our system. I needed to eat. I needed to survive.
Why'd you need to leave?
Why not stay and help your people?
I tried to help. That's why I had to leave.
Tell me more about that.
What happened?
I was betrayed. I was head of a small tribe. We were trying to restore order after the war, but the other tribes were against us. They followed Jared, one of the few warlords who survived the war with the Turians. But he was old, and so were his ideas. He wanted to continue the war. He wanted us to fight. Turians, Solarians, each other. It didn't matter who, as long as we were fighting.
What did you want?
What did you want?
I just wanted Jared to shut up, to stop his ranting. I wanted him to stop leading the tribes astray. But he couldn't understand how much things had changed. We didn't have the numbers to go to war. Even if we did, the genophage made sure we couldn't replenish our numbers fast enough.
Definitely.
We told them all to forget about war. We needed to focus on breeding, at least for one generation.
Yeah, I would totally agree.
And for a while, we were getting through. Some of the tribes started coming around.
And I'm sure Jared wasn't happy.
I take it the warlord didn't appreciate that.
No, he didn't. He arranged a crush with the tribes. A meeting on neutral ground. He wanted to talk. We met at the Hollows, near the graves of our ancestors. The skulls of our dead laid bare to remind us where we come from, and where we all go.
Dang.
It's as sacred as any Krogan place can be. Violence is forbidden.
It sounds like a trap to me. You must have suspected as much.
I did. But when your father invites you to a crush, well, there are some laws that even we hold sacred.
Jared was your father?
He was. Until that day. We talked, but we didn't get anywhere. When it was clear that I wouldn't join him, he gave the signal. His men leapt from the graves of our ancestors like Krogan undead. The few that were loyal to me died quickly. I escaped with my life, but not before I sank my dagger deep into my father's chest. That is why I left, and that's why I'll never go back.
Damn.
You must have family other than your father. Don't you miss them?
You're trying to make me cry, Shepard. I've got some unfinished business with my family, but that's all.
Come on.
What kind of business?
Before I left, I made an oath to my father's father. I swore to recover my family's battle armor. It was taken from him after the uprising.
What's so important about this armor?
It's a relic. Useless, really. But it was worn by 5 generations of my family before the war. It's rightfully mine. Originally, it was taken by the Turian military. We weren't allowed armor or weapons after the war. Now, it's in the hands of Ton Actus, a Turian scum who collects relics from the war. He's made millions selling Krogan artifacts that were stolen from my people. He's got several bases where he stores his goods, all fortified and guarded. I just don't know which base has my family's armor.
Let's check a few out.
Just tell me where to start looking.
I'll upload the data to your nav system. But Commander, I want to be there when you find him.
I hope so.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
What's your opinion on the last mission?
You mean the Rachni, right? They were dangerous, Commander. They proved that 2,000 years ago. I think it was a mistake to let them go. But that wasn't my call to make. It was yours.
That's right.
You know, you really should talk to T'Soni about her mom. She has to be hurting. Just saying, Commander.
I did.
Do you have a few minutes to talk one-on-one?
Sure. I was just watching some mail from home.
Oh, before I go, we saw Caden in a news vid about the Normandy. He's cute. Later, sis.
Let's pretend this never happened.
Are you interested in the Lieutenant Chief?
Of course not, sir. Fraternization is against regulations. What's up? You didn't come by to eavesdrop on family mail.
Your family seems to be important to you.
Yeah, we've always been close. Me and my sisters especially. With Dad on duty so much, I had to help Mom raise them.
Did your father serve with the fleet?
Yeah, took any crap posting he could get that offered space time. You know what? He worked his ass off trying to get recognized, but he never made it above serviceman 3rd class. He was real proud when I made Chief. First thing he did was salute.
That's nice.
What about your mother? You haven't mentioned her.
You must know what military wives are like. Strong because they have to be, able to raise kids while Dad's away on a 6-month cruise. She has a degree in planetary geology. She and Dad both wanted to see new worlds. She gave up her career to raise us, though.
You have more than one sister? Sounds like a big family.
Yeah, I'm the oldest, then Abby, then Lynn. Sarah's the youngest. She's still in high school. With 4 girls, Dad used to say he felt more outnumbered at home than on maneuvers.
Where did you grow up?
All over.
Military, yeah.
We transferred a half a dozen times before I finished grade school. You go where personnel command sends you, right? I guess that's why I'm so tight with my sisters. We'd have to leave all our friends every 2 or 3 years.
Man, that sucks.
After helping raise them, your sisters still talk to you? Amazing.
Things were tense between Sarah and me for a while. Then we bonded.
How so?
Sounds like a story. Feel like sharing?
Sarah got herself a boyfriend who wanted to go faster than she did. Mike.
We don't like
I didn't think he was
Mike.
a bad kid, just pushy. Lynn would send me these worried vid mails, and I'd tell her to relax.
Where were you when this was going on?
I was on active duty. Sarah's graduating high school this year. This was only a couple of years back. They were on Amaterasu. At the time, I was assigned to Chernobog. Same cluster, but a dozen Hellwire away. close enough to talk regularly, too far to make it back in an emergency. I couldn't afford a fast packet flight.
No means no.
If he really liked her, he wouldn't be pushy.
Yeah, of course. If he didn't ask at all, I'd wonder if he thought Sarah was ugly. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Mike thought they'd go for a romantic walk in the woods, because he figured it was past time they did the deed. She levered Mike face first into a tree and left. Didn't have a scratch on her. Good thing Mom and Dad had us all learn some kind of self-defense. I took emergency leave and walked Sarah to school for a few days.
Nice.
Why didn't you tell the police?
She said it wouldn't solve the real problem, and she and Mike would both become household names. It was a small colony. I said it was her call to make, that we should let her do it her way. Mom was pretty pissed about that.
I imagine so.
You said all of your sisters learned self-defense?
Lynn did pistol practice, but didn't like it. She's kind of nervous. Sarah took Aikido. Abby decided to learn the sword. She always was a little weird. Likes big skirts and tops you have to tie her into. They do great things to her figure, though.
What about you?
So, what did you learn?
One of Dad's friends taught me Marine hand to hand.
What happened with Mike?
Did anything happen while you were home?
My last day out, Mike was waiting for us. Sarah had told her friends, so everyone at school knew what he did. He wasn't happy. I wanted to snap him in half, but Sarah gave me this look, this let me handle it, I need to do this alone look. She kept her cool, God bless her, as he screamed in her face. She just let him vent. Then he tried to punch her. I swear, she just flowed around him. Next thing I knew, he's face down on the sidewalk, and there's blood everywhere.
Oh.
That's unbelievable. Sarah must be as good as you.
Better. I'm more or less a straight-up puncher. When he swung, she wasn't there anymore, and he fell. She helped him stop the bleeding and had me call an ambulance. She told the paramedics he fell. Before they took him to the hospital, Mike touched Sarah's arm. I thought he was going to end up on the ground again. But he hung his head, whispered, "I'm sorry," and started crying.
That's right, Mike.
The Williams women are a decisive bunch, Commander. We do things when we're ready. Not before, not after.
Your sister's something else. But you didn't mention your father at all. Was he on deployment?
Dad always wanted to serve in space, but he wanted us to have real ground under our feet. He'd say, space is beautiful, but you can't raise a family there. I cannot rest from travel. I will drink life to the lees. All times I've enjoyed greatly, have suffered greatly, both with those that loved me and alone. For always roaming with a hungry heart, much have I seen and known, cities of men and manners, climates, councils, governments.
I never thought I'd hear you reciting poetry.
Just because I can drill you between the eyes at 100 meters doesn't mean I can't like sensitive stuff. Just don't spread it around. Ulysses was my dad's favorite poem. Every time he shipped out, he recorded me reading it. He had a dozen versions when he retired.
Does he still like it?
I sure hope so. I read it to his grave every time I go home. Dad passed on a few years back. He's probably still watching, though.
What do you mean by watching?
I thought you said he was dead.
You know, heaven, wherever that is. That's not a problem with you, is it? That I believe in God?
Of course not.
Everyone has the right to believe what they want. Says so in the Alliance Charter. Only with fancier words.
I'm glad you're open-minded about it. I've met a few people who are really weirded out by my faith. Because I work in space, I can't believe in a higher power? Jeez. Hello, have you people looked out the window? How can you look at this galaxy and not believe in something? I should get back to my duties. Didn't mean to take up so much of your time.
It's all good, Williams.
Dismissed, Chief.
Sir.
Alright. We got one more left. Let us see how Tally is faring. We haven't seen much of her recently either.
Shepard, I'm glad you're here.
Good to see you smiling again, so to speak.
I'm sleeping much better now. I guess I'm getting used to how quiet your ship is. I still think a lot about my pilgrimage, though. I know Steren's our top priority, but with all the worlds we go to, I was hoping to find something to bring back to the flotilla.
Like
What are you hoping to find?
Usually, people bring back something like a derelict ship we can use for salvage. But I need something bigger. There's a lot expected of me.
Why is that?
What's so special about you?
It's my father. He's the senior member of the Admiralty Board. He's one of only 5 people who can overrule the decisions of the Conclave for the good of the migrant fleet.
Dang.
My father is responsible for the lives of 17 million people. Our entire race is in his hands, and I'm his only child.
So you're like royalty.
So are you some kind of heir to the Quarian throne or something?
No, it doesn't work that way. My father's position isn't hereditary. I'll probably never serve on the Admiralty Board myself. Officially, I'm just the same as any other citizen. But it doesn't work that way in practice. People have always treated me differently
True.
because of who my father is.
You must get all kinds of special privileges.
I probably had it easier than most growing up, but it's not all good. People like my father have enemies, and they're not above using me to get to him.
That is a lot of
It
pressure.
must be tough on you.
My people place a high value on family and ancestry. There's an unspoken expectation that I'll live up to my father's example. Everyone's waiting for me to do something great on my pilgrimage. Something that will forever change our lives for the better.
Dang.
If I don't, it's like I failed, and that reflects badly on both me and my father.
Well, what if we saved the galaxy?
The work you're doing here is more important than anything any Quarian has ever done before.
That's saying a
Yes,
lot.
I know. But you have to understand Quarian culture. We're a very insular society. The events beyond the flotilla don't much matter to the average citizen.
True.
Our greatest dream is that one day we'll return to our homeworld and drive out the Geth. But even if we stop Saren, that's not going to happen. There's
Maybe
still
not right away.
millions of Geth behind the veil. Until they're gone, our exile will continue.
What would you need to bring back to make everyone happy?
Something that would help us better understand the Geth. They've changed significantly since the exile. They've continued to evolve. We've done our best to study them, but it's not easy. They're very reclusive. Until recently, they never went beyond the borders of the Veil. And all the Geth we run into now are under Saren's
True.
control. We'd need to find Geth operating on their own, independently.
Yeah,
But I
weird
don't
Saren
want us
Geth
to
probably
get in the
wouldn't be
way of our
good.
mission, Shepard. First, we stop Saren. Then I'll worry about my own problems.
Alright, fair enough.
I should go.
See you later.
Alright, well thank you, Tally. We will probably end the episode there. We talked to all of the main people in our crew, and we learned a lot. We've got a few side missions for some of our guys, and we might be getting a blue girlfriend. We will see. We will definitely see. I want to thank you guys for tuning in again, and as always, I am Lucky, and I appreciate the like, and if you're new, definitely subscribe. It means a lot to me, and I'll keep making more. Thank you, and see you on the next one.